Adjudicator, let's take a look and think about where we are. We're in Pekalongan, a city whose identity, whose pride, whose very economy was built by human hands, the hands that mastered batik, that run the textile looms, that built the factories. The core question of this debate is simple. What happens when the owner of those factories decide that those hands are no longer needed? What happens when they are replaced by cold, silent, dark machines? The opposition team today will likely tell you a story about progress, about efficiency, about the inevitable march of technology, and they will ask us to stand by and do nothing. On proposition, we say that it's not an option. We say that when a corporation makes a choice that threatens to shatter our social contract, the state has not only just right, but a duty to act. So, today, we are going to do two things. First, we'll establish what that moral and legal duty is, a duty rooted in the very constitution of our nation. Second, we'll lay out our very practical, funded, and workable model that ensure progress in Indonesia means prosperity for everyone. The state has not just right, but a duty to act. So today, let's start with that duty. What is the social contract and why is it breaking? Look, for a generation, the deal was clear. Companies get a stable society. They get roads and parks. They get an educated workforce. In return, they provide jobs. They contribute. This isn't just a nice idea, educator. It's baked into our DNA as a nation. It's in Article 33 of our Constitution, which demands an economy built for common prosperity. And it's in Article 27, which guarantees our citizens the right to work. A company that automates over half of its workforce isn't just improving efficiency, it's unilaterally ripping up that deal. It's taking all the benefits from our society and shedding its single greatest responsibility to it. Let's make it real. That factory outside town, 10,000 workers, one announcement, and one overnight. 10,000 families lose their income, not because the company is failing, but because it wants to be even more profitable. The opposition team is going to have to stand and defend that. They will have to tell you that those 10,000 families is an acceptable price for progress. We believe that is morally bankrupt. When they tell you the price of our tax is too high, we ask them to look those families in the eye and tell them the price of our doing nothing is one we should be willing to pay. So if that's the problem, what's our solution? What's our practical path forward? This isn't just a fantasy. This is a clear two-part plan. First, the tax itself is progressive and it only kicks in at the extreme threshold of 50% automation. It's not a punishment for buying a new machine. It's a response to a fundamental societal shift. And critically, where does the money go? It goes into a legally earmarked Dana Transisi Berkeadilan, a just transition fund. And this one does three simple things. It supports workers who have lost their jobs. It pays their mass reskilling into industries of the future, and it gives money to the cities like this one to build new diverse economies. This model is not only practical, it's built on the laws we already have. It strengthens our existing social security system under UU BPJS. And let's be clear about UU Cipta Kerja. The opposition might try to use it against us, but that law was called job creation. It was never intended to be a green light for mass destruction, mass job destruction. Our policy fulfills the true spirit of the law. And adjudicator, we are not alone in this sounding alarm. When Bill Gates is calling for a robot tax to fund social care, when Elon Musk warns us a basic income is a future necessity, you might know that the status quo is not an option. So, adjudicator, the choice in this debate is incredibly clear. The opposition is offering you a future based on blind faith. Faith that corporation will do the right thing. Faith that displaced worker will magically find new job. It's passive, dangerous, and is irresponsible path that, as leaders from Jokowi to Ibu Sri Mulyani have warned, leads directly into the middle income trap. It's a vision that sacrifices our SDM unggul as our superior human capital. at the altar of shareholder value. On our side, we offer a plan, a funded, practical, a principled plan that steers innovation towards a more human destination. A plan that safeguards the vision of Indonesia Emas 2045. A plan that says progress is only true progress if we all move forward together. They're asking you to protect corporate profits. We are asking you to protect Indonesian people. It's that simple. Vote proposition. Thank you.